In the second and third episode, we finally found out the beneficiary of that letter that was sent to Lalatina Dustinus Ford. Okay, I have no idea how we ended up with this way, but Darkness in a maid's outfit? Something completely out of left field here. Granted, it's pretty funny how this basically came about. I don't see how making a noble wear a maid's uniform would, for all intents and purposes, be appropriate for a meeting of two nobles, particularly with the royal daughter. We also found out what Kazuma's first product selling to Veneer. It's a simple lighter. That's right, just a simple lighter. Now all he has to do is invent YouTube, and we all see the fails of people using lighters, right? Now it just does lead to a pretty funny moment. Everyone was giving a free lighter except for Aqua, who for all intents and purposes did nothing, as she always does. And I love the fact how she went outside this shop and started having her own carnival act with people actually throwing money, but instead of taking the money, well, I'm not doing this out of charity or anything. Like, have you ever seen your church? The whole point of your church is just to get money. What also adds to that fun is the fact that Veneer then really starts chewing out Aqua for causing such a big ruckus in front of the store, including putting holy water on the door. And now finally, we found out who our special guest is today. Ladies and gentlemen, Princess Iris. No, Princess Iris, the usually obedient daughter of the king, who misses her older brother, who has her spokeswoman, Rain, and of course her bodyguard, the noble Claire. And finally we found out the whole point of this was for Kazuma to tell his many, many great exploits, which of course he embellishes like crazy. I'm just surprised he just doesn't decide, you know what, I'm going to write out the other three characters, because why bother? I did all myself. But nope, he does say it. And I especially love how Darkness's eyes glow up, wondering, what are you talking about? And it gets even funnier because Aqua is drunk off her ass. I especially love the fact that Megumin, who's actually wearing Darkness's dress from when she was a child, and it still barely fits her. And somehow she finds her cape out of nowhere during the introductions. Iris finally catches on the fact that Kazuma was, for all intents and purposes, kind of embellishing things, probably lying. But I have to give Darkness a lot of credit here for actually sticking up for him. First, when Claire sticks a sword in Kazuma's face, and then she actually slaps the princess in the face, which causes Claire to try swiping her sword at her. Of course, Darkness is a tank, so it just basically puts her arm up, and it's basically hitting metal. Eventually, we have an apology for Kazuma, who, by the way, is just embellishing it like crazy. There's something about Kazuma here. He's just so entitled. He demands respect everywhere, even when it's especially not appropriate to give him any. Also, I love how Claire prejudges him, and for all intents and purposes, she's 100% right in her prejudice. Kazuma is a cad. He should not be taken very lightly. And then they wave goodbye to our three, who decides to kidnap Kazuma and take him right to the palace. That leads us to the next episode. Okay, I love how this episode opens. Claire knocking on the door and then finding out that Kazuma is talking about one of the times that Darkness is in her towel. And she immediately chews him out. Now, you initially think she's overreacting until you realize, like, wait a minute. Claire's right here. Someone should actually be telling everyone that, look, Claire's doing the right thing here. You should not be telling someone under 12 about what another person in her towel does. Especially when it involves Lalatina Dustinus Ford. Kazuma ends up hanging out with her for a bunch of days. Basically becomes her playmate. He makes a bamboo copter for her. Tells her to go to school and then disrupts the class. After all, Kazuma doesn't like school, so. My favorite part is, like, he was ready pretty much to go back home until Iris calls him, you know, you're like my bigger brother. He's like, wait, what did you say? Big brother. And like the cad he is, embellishes it. Kazuma trash. ends up staying well beyond his welcome. So much so that the other three finally come for him. And I especially love the fact that Kazuma was trying to make everyone's life in the palace very hard, especially the maid. Ask her to change the bed while he's still in it. And when that door opens and he sees darkness, oh boy, it is hilarious. I especially love the fact that it's almost like Kazuma's now getting a piece of his own medicine from darkness. How he always talks down to darkness. Now darkness is coming right back at him. Of course, R3 eventually asks to have Kazuma sent back home. And of course, Kazuma's reaction to this is hilarious because especially when she says, fine, take him home, but not before you have a party which he feels very dejected from. We also find out that Darkness does have a potential suitor, and it's pretty evident that, yeah, she's not very much into any of these nobles. After all, Lord Alderach's son is pretty noble himself. For all those birds, what we saw, he looks like a pretty decent guy. And Darkness does not have nothing to do with him. Which is weird, because Lord Alderach is now involved in our nice going away festival. Eventually we found out there's a thief stealing from the very dubious families of the kingdom. And Kazuma eventually decides to volunteer the useless four to take out the thief. And they end up going to Lord Alderach's house at the end of the show. Once again, the reaction is hilarious. These two episodes are a pretty good start for the season, isn't it? I had a lot of fun watching it. A lot of funny moments, especially Kazuma in the bed, or talking about Darkness behind her back with Princess Iris. I wonder what episode 4 is about to present us, especially since I'm about to watch it. Until next time, bye.